The talk in Europe is of haircuts, not just at the Athens barber shop where Yorgos Kolaros is busy snipping away, but for banks and investors as well. European officials are trying to persuade them to take a loss on their Greek debt holdings as part of a comprehensive plan to solve the continent's financial crisis. Back in July, they agreed to a write-down of 21%. Now Angela Merkel would like to see them shrug off a lot more. The German Chancellor appeared before Parliament Wednesday looking to get backing for her euro rescue efforts.
The world is watching Europe and Germany. It is watching whether we are ready and able, in the hour of Europe's most serious crisis since the end of World War II, to take responsibility.
Her fellow lawmakers gave her the support she was looking for. Merkel won her vote by better than a 5-1 margin. She's arrived at a summit of European leaders with a strong mandate to increase the firepower of the Eurozone bailout fund. But can they make it big enough? Belgium's Prime Minister said it would need to be more than €1 trillion to prevent the currency union's debt crisis from spreading. Greek Prime Minister George Papandreou says his country is doing its part. He wants Europe to deliver on promised help.
Now is the time for the European leadership, collectively, we to take decisions to end the uncertainty, end the crisis, turn the page, and make sure we make a big step forward for the better future and prosperity and security of our peoples in Europe.
But back home, there's been no talk of prosperity. Austerity measures being forced on an unwilling population for the past year and a half in Greece have generated a mix of riots, rage, and despair. 72-year-old Barber Kolaros says he's never seen things so bad at any time during his whole life.
I lived through the civil war, I've lived through the period of fast growth that followed, I've lived through the dictatorship, but I've never lived through a mess like this.
Despite their unhappiness, the Greek fate remains out of their own hands. Karen Sloan, The Associated Press.